Hey guys, Martin here. This is a relatively quick video just to show Mega Timho where I currently work, and he wants some ideas for his hobby space. So it's doing a bit of a giveaway for it, and I thought, yeah, I should really jump on. So this is my dining room, and it's has to double up as my hobby space for the moment. I don't have my own hobby room until I either get my store up and running or I get the extension built, whichever either come first. So at the moment it's clear, which it very seldom is. Yeah, give you a little look around, and then I'll give you some ideas of what to do. So the actual dining table itself is what it is. That's my bookcase, all my Horus Heresy novels and things on there. But if I do want to come back to any fluff based stuff, this is my hobby shelf. So on here, with the exception of the Stormtrooper, we've got my Forge Whale books, all the Imperial Armour books, my Apocalypse rule book, and then the Horus Heresy books themselves. And then down here, we've got the Build the Millennium Falcon, 40k rule set of books, and then a full set of codexes. I still need to get the new Necron and Blood Angel ones just to complete the set, and I have them so that I can always learn about other armies. Stormtrooper Pez Tube, and the Maul of Fiends, Forge Fiends even that I'm working on. I then have these two boxes. I had to do all this not long ago because my wife was sick of seeing all the mess. So I had to tidy something in some fashion up there. Either a few little bits on the go or completed models. So obviously we've got my Nurgle Knight, we've got my Dimmerkaren, there's a table going up there and a load of skulls. In this box, this is a pile of bits that I'm currently working on, and that pretty much, to be fair, is Dark Eldar stuff while I'm doing that. And then in this one, can't really see into it dark, that's my Night Goblin stuff in there. So there, upstairs under the bed there is tons and tons of stuff that you saw in the video before Christmas. These two are more focused bits that I'm working on, if you like. And then go over to where I sit. Down there's my airbrush cleaner, which as soon as I start painting, things obviously come up here. The can stays down. I've got these are invaluable, mate. If you've not got one of these, get one. They're only a couple of pounds, obviously over in Canada it's dollars, but I can't imagine they're that expensive. I don't paint on my one. I see a lot of these with paint all over them. It's an OCD thing for me. I don't like the fact that there's already some spillages on it. But I have that for cutting all my models. I generally sit in this seat when I'm working. If I'm getting a bit of a production line going on, then that will move around to that position so that I can prep and build models there. And then I have, from when I was doing my training work, I have that's stuck. One hand shaky cam. I haven't had a shaky cam off me for a while. But no preparation into this video, sorry, and to all you other guys who are watching. But yeah, I have a sheet of A2 paper that just sticks onto the table there, and that's what I paint on, whether it be with my airbrush or my normal paints. I then have my water running down this side, my airbrush cleaner, and my liquids and stuff and paints go down that side, and everything else starts coming out. Now, where does it all come from? I've pulled that chair out. And under here are my now tidy 3 boxes. So box number 1, and they're all very purposefully selected. This one, if I open it up, that's my Vallejo paints and the GW washes, or any paints that I particularly use. I mean, so I'm doing my Night Goblins at the moment, so I've got things like Flash Gets Yellow in there that I'm using. that's my main paint tub, and that would normally sit there so everything's in range, but it's also easy to put away. Also in here then is crafting tools that I'm going to need. So I've got, say, 7 brushes, pack of balsa wood, green stuff, and everything's sort of in tubs so that I can get it out. This is a blue tack and paper clips and bits of odds and ends into one tub. This tub then has everything from, there's glues in here, let's get it out. So there's glues and accelerators, there's oils in there, there's spit of needles from the airbrush, there's cocktail sticks, Vaseline corks, just basic bits that I'm going to need, some tapes, filler. That's general things that I'm going to need whilst I'm either building or painting. I have a tub full of brushes and files, etc. And then also in there there's primers for the airbrush, water effect, PVA glue, spray cans should I want to do anything outside, more water effects. This is a big tin of thinners to clean my airbrush through. This is the instruction manuals and plastic card and stuff for my forge wheels. Cotton buds, you can never have too many of those. Flock and things like that. And then in there is just, again, excess hobby things, palettes and more brushes that I don't really tend to use. So that's in that one. Masking tape's in there as well, sorry. And then in the next one, that's then a tub full of all my GW paints. So I can go off the way, I don't need that. And then I have my toolbox, spare blades, any small pieces that I'm working with are actually Eldar heads in there. And then I've got my drill bits from my Dremel, a lighter if I ever need to do anything, bars that I'm working with. I don't really use the toolbox that much anymore, to be fair. That's all magnets in there. Then there's a few clamps, drill bits for my pin bisons, like hobby saw and more spare glues and sculpting tools. I don't use that much now because everything's split into those packets. Ultrasonic cleaner. If you've got an airbrush, you need one of these. You don't need to get the really expensive one. If you look after your airbrush and you run it through there, Mike said it on his video, mate, that yeah, just run through it. And then rubber gloves, my flock boxes down there, my soldering irons down there, my Dremel. This is like my electrical tools that I use for my hobby. So that's that one, and that can just be put away and slid back. And then final one is other bits. So the commission I'm working on, some spare bits for Void Raven Bomber, a bag of fine cast bits that I've got, and then there's just general rubbish in there. So we've got some JB Weld, which is good for really heavy duty magnets and things. There's extra hobby bits in there, there's epoxy resin, there's some mesh, some sort of like gauze mesh, there's a saw in there, there's thinners, mediums, pure alcohol, flocking, dust masks for the airbrush if you're doing a big job with the airbrush, big clamps for forge wheel kits. And yeah, that's more of a general anything that doesn't have a set place in the other two boxes goes in there. I appreciate this is a very dark video, guys, I'm sorry, but that takes me to the next part. What would I do with your space, Tim? Any suggestions that I can give you? So this is probably a 10-foot table at the moment, 8 foot maybe even, as a table there. I would definitely recommend a long workbench, maybe even sort of coming round into a corner on that long space that you've got, a chair with wheels, and have yourself 3 stages set out. So you'll have a computer stage at one end for when you're doing videos, or if you want videos on whilst you're working, like a clean area at one end, for computer work. In the middle, have a building and prepping table sort of area, which would be your cutting mat, and then a painting area at the end, either with your airbrush or just your normal paint mixed with both. And you should just be able to slide happily between all the areas. That's what I would see. And from a wall perspective, sort of there, I would have all my computer and everything set up on a nice big monitor so that I can see it from anywhere on the desk. I'd have a paint rack on the wall with all my paints in. Mine are only in tubs because I have to put them away. But I'd have a paint rack with all my paints in. Sorry, that'd be there. On this section, it'd be tools and things that I need, and anything that I need to put my hand to. At the end, I'd have drawers for all my other tools and all my other accessories that I need. And if everything is all within reach, and my problem is if something takes too long to get out, then it ends up putting me off getting it out in the first place. So I tend to work in that manner, and that's how I would want it. And then the wall behind you, I'd have display cabinets, display all your stuff. If you're going to put the time and effort into painting it, then put the time and effort into displaying it as well, mate. I hope that works for you. I hope that that's the sort of advice that you're after, and it gives you a little insight to how I have to work, getting everything out each time, pretty much the same as likes of Nick. I'm massively envious of you guys who have got basements and big rooms, and even the likes of Mike, who's got his own big hobby room. He's got a table and everything in there. Wow, I'd love that sort of space, and maybe it's en route. But I'm waffling as always, guys. So thanks for watching the video. Insight to how my hobby comes out and goes away each time, and go over, check Mega Tim Ho's channel out, see what he's going to do with this space, give him a sub, and good luck everyone with the competition. Cheers, guys. See you soon.